we went to one of the vaults in was it October last year, James? October
Yeah,
20.
September, October, wasn't it? I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And the vault was it was like a James Bond moment because there, there's metal and you're going through scanners and there's codes and there's keys and it's like the technology's through the roof.
That's the video
And
you sent me. And I think it was on YouTube, but you had to edit a lot of stuff out of it,
yes,
right? Because of the
a lot.
security
And
reasons.
yeah, and it had to go through multiple rounds of compliance checking as well. Oh, don't
Really?
quite like that. Cut that bit out. And
Oh
um,
God, yeah.
well, yeah, because the what we found out is there's multiple layers of protection, and this is what it really comes down to. And each one of those layers, there's something specific about how it prevents people getting in. And if you start to show people all those different layers, then surely it becomes less secure. You're giving anyone that wants to try and break in a bit of an edge because they know what
Yeah.
they've got to come up against.
Mm.
But if
Right.
you just go somewhere in this building and there's 15 layers to get through and they don't know what those layers are, then that adds to the security. That adds the process and how it's put together is part of the security. And this is what we learn.
Mm.
So yeah, we asked them, we said, look, what happens if there's a power cut? And they said, well, this building is sustainable off the grid. You could cut the power and it is sustainable. We're like,
All right. Okay. That's
you
interesting.
guys have thought of everything, yeah. And this is the benefit as well of storing metals with a company that's been around for eons and they've got multiple locations in multiple countries. They all learn from the collective. So if there's an attempted break-in in one location, then they can all upgrade to mitigate that in other locations. Very, very powerful. Even down to the detail of for one of the doors. I mean, it was like eye scanner. It tests your and the eye scanner as well needs to have no, it was a thumb scanner. The thumb scanner needs to have blood running through it. So they said when you see in the films where they chop a thumb off and put it on the thumb scanner, this wouldn't work. It needs to have blood running through it.
Right. Okay.
Which is madness. One of the
Is that the same when they pull out the eyeball and they put it on a pen and they use the eye scanner?
Yeah, yeah.
That's like Die Hard, isn't it? And there's like one of the kind of doors or sections that we had to go through. There was a code that you had to put in, and they said even to the point that let's say someone was looking over your shoulder and they saw that you pressed the top right hand button 4 times, let's say,
Right.
and they were like, we know their code, it's 3333 or whatever, the code itself, every time you press a number, the numbers scramble and move places.
Oh, really?
So even if someone was looking over your shoulder and saw the pattern that you pressed,
Yeah.
they wouldn't know the code. Like they've literally thought of everything. Which is
They even had a body mass machine, didn't they? Where you go in through Watford's machine, it checks out your body mass indicator. If
Really?
it's any different to what it was when you went through it in the first place, then won't let you through. Or
What
yeah,
if,
it's
if you have
crazy.
what if you have a Mac meal while you're in
Oh
there?
yeah,
yeah. Well, you'd go in with it, wouldn't you? So that'd be fine. And it'd be
yeah,
part
I
of
suppose. Yeah.
But this is like when people say to us, "Oh, how safe are the vaults really?" And this is how we can quantify like the levels of security that have been put in place. Get this, right? All of these levels that we're talking about now, and there's probably 3 or 4 more levels that we've not mentioned.
Right.
If you could get through all of those, which would be impossible, but let's say you could, all that does is get you into the room where the vault is. Then you've got to get into the vault.
That's
like
a whole another level, right?
Yeah, it's like a vault in a vault in a vault in a vault, and then you get into the room with the vault. So for us, we were blown away by all of this, and it really put our minds at rest that this is the right place to have metals. not only is it so secure, if anything was to happen, it's insured as well.
Mm.
So we're covered at every level. The other thing that's interesting is they have daily audits. So the metals get audited daily.
Right.
And there's different teams within the facility, and they don't mix teams. So some teams have access to the inner vault, but those teams don't mix with people that monitor the security. So no
Right.
one person has full knowledge and access to every part of the vault.
Oh, good.
So the level is just, yeah, it's like
Mhm.
we always say, look, jokingly, it's way safer than the double lock on your door. However secure you think your house is, it's
Yeah.
another level.
Proper James Bond stuff.
Yeah, it
Oh,
really
yeah.
is. So that's why we do it. It also gives us access to, if we want to sell metals, because they've been in this location for the whole time, super easy for us to sell. We can sell to the company that we bought them from within 3 clicks, and they'll give us the top market price as well. And why would they do that? Well, they know the whole track record. They know where they've been from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Equally, that's how we can switch as well, because those metals don't need to be tested. They don't need to, like, well, how much are we switching for? Blah, blah, blah. Yep, they're there. We know they've been there. They've not moved. We owned them before you owned them. So we're happy to have them back, and we're happy to give you silver instead that's also in the vault.